myself, Dr. Kavya Shri, presently working as an assistant professor at Maharani's Arts College for Women, Mysuru. Today, let's try to understand sovereignty. This is in the political science paper, Unit 4, entitled with political theory, which is prescribed by the Karnataka State Open University. So let's begin with sovereignty. I would like to commence by quoting, "Man is born free and everywhere he is in chains." Somehow we will come to know the exact meaning of this quote at the end of the session. As we all know, state has got 4 elements, and sovereignty is also one among, but which is very important than the other elements, because which is constant, stable, as well as unquestionable phenomena of political science. So being a student of political science, it's an inherent need to study and understand sovereignty as concern. Next, let us try to see the content of this particular session. Content, if we go through with this, we will going to understand its meaning, definitions, characteristics, and kinds of sovereignty. In this session, let's begin with an introductory part. Introductory part itself has got meaning of sovereignty. Sovereignty is actually one of the most essential elements of the state, without which no state is said to be complete, or it cannot be exist. So this is an important segment of political science. Literally speaking, the term sovereignty is derived from a Latin word supranus, which means actually supreme or paramount. Conceptually speaking, sovereignty means the exercise of the supreme power by the state, which is actually called as sovereignty. But however, it is a political phenomenon, but which refer the dominant control or a kind of supreme authority which is vested with people. That is what. And in democracy, of course, it may be with people. It may also be with king in the monarchy system. So somehow it is free from control or an autonomy. That is what the real sovereignty. Somehow, without understanding the definitions, we will not completely understand this particular component. So let us see some definitions. Here we are having 3 definitions. First one is by Jean Bodin, who define sovereignty is the supreme power of the state, and it's over its citizens and as well as subjects, which is unstrained by the laws. That is what who define. And the next definition is, it is by J.W. Burgess, who clearly defined that sovereignty is the original, absolute and unlimited power over individual subjects as well as association of the state. This is what sovereignty. And then R.G. Sultav defined that sovereignty is the exercises of final legal coercive power of the state. However, finally we can say that it upholds the dominant power over multiple factors regarding sovereignty. Various definitions are there, so many definitions are there, but still here we are having only couple of definitions. Let us see the characteristics of sovereignty. It certainly believes that the characteristics of sovereignty can uphold the clear and exact picture about sovereignty. So first characteristic is absoluteness. Sovereignty is absolute in nature, and it is unquestionable because it is the ultimate authority within a territory, and of course it's not subject to the control of another entity. So it represents almost the highest form of authority within a given territory or even political entity. It means it actually has an ultimate power to make and enforce the laws in that particular region, to govern its people and control the resources without the interference from the external entities. That is what absoluteness is seen over there. And of course the next characteristic is permanence. Sovereignty, of course, it is a permanent aspect of state. Until state exists, it will going to be there. So it's not easily revoked or even altered by its own, except in some significant political changes. Some significant political changes in the sense it may be in a period of secession, integration, or external interventions, and it reflects on the what do we call enduring nature of state, because authority and independence cannot be disturbed at any cost. That was the actual aim of sovereignty. And the next characteristic is universality. It always universal in nature because it means a fullest control over the people, organizations, and associations may be seen over there by the state. It means no such thing is out of the control, in the sense foreigners who should also obey the laws of the particular land. That is the reason why it has become universal, and which has got universal in nature. That is what. And the next characteristic is inalienability. It means sovereignty cannot be surrendered or transferred willingly by the state, because it is an inherent to the state for its existence, and which signifies the essence of self-governance as well as self-determination. And so the state cannot give up sovereignty voluntarily in the any cost of that particular matter is notable over here. So that is why it has become an inalienable one. Next characteristic is exclusiveness. The sovereignty of a state is exclusively within its territorial limits, it has to be, and no other states can exercise its sovereignty within that particular region. It means each state has got its own kind of control as well as authority over its internal as well as external affairs. That is what. Why? Because it ensures the sovereignty is not at all infringed upon by the external entities. So that is the reason why, which is exclusive fund. The next characteristic in sovereignty is indivisibility. Indivisibility means sovereignty cannot be divided or destroyed. Here one thing we must understand is areas can be divided but not sovereignty. Somehow pluralists, they criticized, but still absolute unity cannot be protected through the indivisibility. So it also upholds oneness, a feeling of oneness, or else it shows that it will going to lead the contradictions, lead towards some amount of contradictions over there. So that is the reason why we need indivisibility in nature, as we all know in the sovereignty has concerned. The next characteristic is imprescriptibility. Imprescriptibility means it is in the event of sovereignty, it cannot be used for a long time or in the passage of time, because it is neither destroy nor deprivation in its what do we call it, in its absoluteness or absolute power. So it is eternal, it can't be destroyed. That is what the actual theme of the sovereignty is concerned. These are all the characteristics. It has widely believed that characteristics of sovereignty can give a clear and complete picture about the sovereignty has concerned. So next thing we have to learn about the kinds of sovereignty. Various kinds of sovereignties are there. Importantly, there are different kinds of sovereignties are there, like internal sovereignty, real sovereignty, political sovereignty, popular sovereignty, de facto as well as de jure sovereignties are there. Many more sovereignties are also there, like titular sovereignty, legal sovereignty and all. But here let us learn some important sovereignties as concern about political phenomena in brief. First one is internal sovereignty. It normally understood as passing some distinct aspects of internal as well as external sovereignties are there. But the difference is within the national sphere is known as internal sovereignty. Means a state which actually passes this is known as has got some authority or ability to exercise its command over its society is internal sovereignty. It can enforce, maintain the laws within the boundary. That is an important segment which we have to trace out over here. And the next is external sovereignty. External sovereignty concern on the relationship between the external powers or authorities in the sense with the other states. That is the supremacy of the what do we call states against foreign wills, whether it is a person or state, whatever it may be, whichever it may be. But somehow it exercises powers without the interference or without having any interference in others' internal affairs. Nothing will going to be there. That is what external sovereignty. And the next one is real sovereignty. Actually, under real sovereignty, powers, authorities, all these are vested in the hands of the head of the state, who can enjoy all sorts of powers. It will going to be with him only, but somehow he will going to be the responsible. That is also an important thing for all sorts of commission and omission. Himself will going to be responsible for all success as well as failures. But even if it may be a body of persons, not only in a single or individualistic manner, even in a collective way also we can see. When it comes to the matter of collectiveness, they are wholly responsible for the happenings of further. That is what this one. And the next kind of sovereignty is political sovereignty. It actually vested in the body of citizens who have right to vote, who is supreme in democracy. That is what. And but it may be expressed in the elections, public opinions, and in other circumstances. But it influences on the decisions, policies, laws, etc., but which made by the legal sovereign. That is what. And the next kind of sovereignty is popular sovereignty. This doctrine is actually the product of 16th, 17th century. but still it emerged as an expression of the people's resignment of that particular circumstance. But somehow it was against to the despotic rule, but later it attributed to the people. The sovereignty was actually attributed to the hands of the people. This is the most important and considerable matter over here. This is one. And finally, the next set of sovereignties, that is de facto or de jure sovereignties. De facto actually is the recognition is referred to the on the basis of facts, that is what important. When it's a matter of de jure, it means state affairs that's in accordance with the laws. Facts and laws are there in the same path over here. State succession cannot be with de facto, but it should be in de jure form. That we have to understand over here. Somehow these are all the kinds of sovereignties which are very essential to know. As I earlier mentioned, many more kinds of sovereignties are there yet to learn. But somehow I would like to conclude by saying that sovereignty and other political phenomena may be under the control of constrainment, but simultaneously, similarly, we will going to have refinement concept is also there. We have to know the balancing constrainment as well as the refinement in the term of political science, in the field of political science as concerned. You have understood about the sovereignty, its kinds, characteristics and meaning. Let's meet in the next class with theories of sovereignty. Thank you.